In 2023, the Denver Nuggets won their first ever NBA championship after 56 seasons in the NBA. The team had no significant playoff success in more than half a century, but that time finally came. The team led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray looked good, but no one really believed they could go all the way until they actually did it. Many would say it's easier to get to the top than to stay there. So in this video, we will give our take on the Nuggets' chances to repeat as NBA champions. Last season, the Nuggets finished on top of the Western Conference in the regular season for the first time in franchise history. After a couple of early playoff exits and Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. missing significant time with injuries, things finally clicked for the Nuggets, and they lost a total of 4 games in the playoffs and won the chip in pretty dominant fashion. That was absolutely deserved, with Nikola Jokic being the best player in the league in recent years. Head coach Mike Malone has put a great team around him, and going into this season, the Nuggets roster stayed pretty much the same. Bruce Brown and Jeff Green are 2 players who had decent roles in the rotation last season and left the team while Justin Holiday was added in the offseason. So keeping a championship team together is one of the crucial things a franchise can do in their attempt to defend the title. Looking back at the championship teams in the past couple of decades, most of them were teams built together, like the Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, and Los Angeles Lakers. And there were those who somehow managed to get on top, like the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, or Dallas Mavericks. So this postseason will show us if the Nuggets are one and done, or if they may become the next team that will take over the league and reach the status of a dynasty. So what actually makes the Nuggets so good? Well, they're a combination of great individuals who are put together in a team, led by a coach they all trust, and they are all given roles they are happy with. Of course, Nikola Jokic is the heart and soul of this team. The Serbian center is on his way to win his 3rd MVP award, and it'll be a real miracle if the NBA snubs him again from the award like they did last year. Once again, the Joker was close to a triple-double average with 26.4 points, 12.4 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, and he played in 79 of 82 regular season games. Many are still doubting him, but Jokic is definitely one of the most dominant offensive players we have ever seen. He is a threat to score an efficient 30 points on any given day while recording a triple-double. Jokic is a real force in the post. He can stretch defenses out to both the mid-range and perimeter, and it's time to admit he is one of the best players ever. He has shortcomings on defense, but he has proven he can be effective in Mike Malone's system, especially in the playoffs. At 6'11" and 285 pounds, Jokic has the size to bully any defender in the league with his back to the basket, and he has excellent touch and footwork. Jokic is a big-time pick-and-roll threat as well. You are not going to see him catching alley-oops, but he can pick and pop to the mid-range, as he has one of the best floaters in the game. There isn't anyone in the league who can defend Jokic one-on-one. Smaller players have no hope against him in the post, as he can push them close enough to the basket and finish above them with a high percentage. He can draw bigger players out of the paint with his jump shot or lose them with a series of fakes. Not even Anthony Davis or Bam Adebayo, 2 of the best interior defenders in the NBA, could slow him down in the 2023 NBA playoffs. His passing is a story for itself. There are simply no limits to Jokic's passing. Many have agreed that he's the best passing big man in NBA history, but he is right there with the best passers in general. Even Magic Johnson would agree on that. Jokic is often a step or 2 ahead of the defense. Not even his teammates can keep up with how quickly he processes the game sometimes. He makes cross-court passes over multiple defenders look easy. Aaron Gordon makes a living out of Jokic's assists. Another reason why he's so good, and why the Nuggets are the favorites to win this year as well, is the fact that, unlike the other superstars, the ball doesn't stick in Jokic's hands. He makes quick decisions and brings the best out of everyone around him, which is one of the main reasons why this team works so well together. For his career, Jokic has a player efficiency rating of 27.9, putting him behind only Michael Jordan for the best of all time. But no matter how good Jokic is, there is no chance he could win the championship by himself. That was best seen in the 2022 NBA playoffs. Jokic was the best player on the court in the series against the Warriors, but without the support of Murray and Porter Jr., he could not match Steph Curry and the rest of the Warriors crew. Numerous times, Jokic has stated that he is not about individual stats, and the way he plays absolutely proves that. He has said that he is the first among the equals, and his approach and character makes him a superstar that everyone wants to play with. Jamal Murray has been the second violin on the Nuggets team, and the point guard has free hands to do whatever he wants with the ball. Just a couple of years ago, he went down with a torn ACL, and he was afraid that the Nuggets would trade him. But no, the organization believed in him and was patient enough with him. Jokic has no problem taking the backseat when Murray is aggressive, and the point guard has never disappointed. The Nuggets are a definition of team basketball, but when we talk about the best tandems in the league, we have to mention Jokic and Murray. The point guard still does not get the credit he deserves, as he is probably the best player in the league to still have not made an All-Star appearance. He averaged 21.2 points, 6.5 assists, and 4.1 rebounds per game for the defending champions, but somehow these numbers did not push him among the chosen ones. However, Murray does not lack confidence, as he says he is aiming to become the best player in the league, but just like Jokic, he puts the team first. Michael Porter Jr. is another max player on the Nuggets team who attempts more than 13 shots on average, which is quite a lot given the fact that he is the third player on the team. Unlike Jokic and Murray, Porter Jr. is a shoot first, think about it later type of player, but he has been so efficient this season for the Nuggets. Porter Jr. averages 16.7 points and 7 rebounds per game on 48.4% shooting from the field, 39.7% from three-point territory, and 57.5% effective field goal percentage. He still needs to work on his shot selection, but there is no doubt that he has become an elite scorer in this league. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is another solid outside shooter in the Nuggets starting lineup who gets to guard the best backcourt players on the opponent's team. Caldwell-Pope is the oldest player in the Nuggets starting lineup, and he was also a member of the 2020 Lakers team that won the championship in the bubble. This season, he averages 10.1 points per game on 40.6% shooting from deep, and his role is much bigger than the stats show. The same can be said for Aaron Gordon as well, who has benefited a lot since he joined the Nuggets from the Orlando Magic. Gordon has clicked well with Jokic both on and off the court. Gordon can do all the dirty work for the Nuggets and gives high energy to the team. He is always ready to pick up an alley-oop pass from Jokic when he is double-teamed and finishes at the rim with a high percentage. The 10-year veteran averages 13.9 points and 6.5 rebounds per game for the season. Christian Braun is in his second season in the league, and his role has grown into that of a key player on the Nuggets bench. Braun is always ready to pick up the pace off the bench, and he played in every single game this season, averaging 7.3 points and 3.7 rebounds per game. Reggie Jackson is another guard who can take over the game off the bench, and DeAndre Jordan has rejuvenated his career with the Nuggets. It is a fact that these guys are excellent players, but we can witness that they enjoy playing together every single night and are happy with the roles they have on the team. Coach Malone has built great chemistry within the team, and the Nuggets look even better than they did last season. They finished second in the regular season, tied with the leading Oklahoma City Thunder with a 57-25 record. There is no doubt that the Nuggets are favorites to beat anybody in a 7-game series, and there are not many teams that can be a real threat to them. The Lakers are definitely not a threat since the Nuggets swept them last season in the Western Conference Finals and have won their last 11 games against them. The Thunder are the top seed, and they beat the Nuggets 3 times in the regular season, but things would be different if they faced them in the playoffs. The Thunder are the youngest team ever to finish on top of the conference, and no player on that team has significant playoff experience. The Minnesota Timberwolves are another team that beat the odds and finished in the top 3 in the West this season. The two split the 4-game series in the regular season, and even though Anthony Edwards is on the path to becoming a top 3 player in the league, the Wolves as a team do not match up well with Denver. Rudy Gobert has been the Defensive Player of the Year 4 times by now, but even he can't effectively stop Jokic. The same is the case with Karl Anthony Towns, so the Timberwolves are not a team that could eliminate the Nuggets. Whoever comes out of the Clippers vs. Mavs series could be a potential opponent in the conference finals, but nothing more than that. When it comes to the potential matchup in the NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics look like the team to beat in the East. It is pretty unlikely for any team to defeat them on their way to the NBA Finals, so if the Nuggets get there, they will most likely face the Celtics. Boston is covered in any spot on the floor, and they had the best regular season record this year. But looking at their schedule, the Nuggets were the first team to win in Boston this season. So basically, the Nuggets are the team to beat in the NBA this year. They have great chemistry, are consistent, and can win on the road. Nikola Jokic always finds a way to lift his team up, and the support he gets has never been better. The road to the title is pretty long, but the Nuggets are on the right path and have everything they need to defend the title and will most likely do so. What do you think about their chances? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe if you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.